Right, hello again. Welcome back to the OTTD Islands challenge, I guess. So we all these islands. It's a 1K map, 1K by 1K. Is it a 1M map then? Anyway, we are trying to connect all primary industries and all towns, and we only use boats. We're actually 70, 80% done. Uh, Actually, probably more than 80 at this point because I need to finish up this island, which is relatively done, apart from anything food related. And then there are a few. So my aim for this episode is hopefully to finish this island, which is what we're looking at, and then possibly hook in this, and then we're close, very close. Okay. So um yeah, I guess the one thing I need to decide is where to put all the food stuff, and it's going to be here. So let's just get on with it. Because this includes both. Yes, Lazyton. And that should be a bunch of these shipyards, depots, whatever. I'm still in this never-ending conundrum. What's the official name for what the game calls a ship depot? It's not a dry dock. I mean, there are dry docks, but this isn't one of them. No, I know nothing. Okay, so we have, let's clear none. I want, we have 3 dairy farms, so we're only kind of considering this island now, and that's been dealt with. Yes, just kind of checking for my own sake. And 1 orchard. Well, that's pretty sweet because, and we're bringing stuff here. What could happen is that we could get, I started doing more recently, is just to have milk rounds. Ha ha. Um, Livestock rounds and milk rounds is precisely that. So actually I want to bump some of these because they're like above 50 and they are not being replaced because someone is an idiot. So Cadiz needs to be Santorini. Okay, go down that way. Radio, in which case is this looks okay. So I was about to say let's clone any. And let's start picking up cows. Easier said than done, eh? Yeah, the favorite cows go to the horse market. And then basically I could do exactly the same with milk. So clone that. I just go wherever this goes, apart from the orchard. And lo and behold, we're done. Kind of done, because I could bring the food here. They're the gung hoing, it doesn't matter. Alcohol, food supply. I don't understand. You know what? I'm going to do an experiment here. I'll take all the food here and just remember that this is more or less 150 people. I could just say documentation, of course, but that would be simple, too simple. So you going to commute between here and there. And with regards to alcohol, we have one orchard, and it's kind of annoying because cider mill is there. Yeah, we're not going to bother with coal anymore, I think, because there's nothing to bother with. Food. Yeah, overkill. Clone me. One of these. Just make sure that this is pinned because I don't want to close it each and every time. And then giving me one of these. I know it's kind of, and also, you know, these need to be bumped up. That's fine. But I do want a small boat for the time being. Pick up from here and go there. So we are going to watch. And we're going to watch for a while because initially these will come in with pretty much nothing. So what I'm curious is that when we get to all three supplied, which will be a while because the alcohol is going to take a while, is it going to bump at all? I'm comparatively sure that the answer is no. Those steamboats are terrible. Okay, so now everything is supplied and we'll wait another month because maybe by magic it doesn't update. Yeah, I mean, kind of bumped down, but that's unrelated. So hotels are now proven not to care about what we do to them. Fine. You're gung-hoing. Okay, farm supplies could just be taken to a farm supply shop. No, obviously. Okay, let's farm supplies. 99%. I know why, because I know why it still should be 66. Any of these. Because it's a transfer boat. And actually, I haven't instructed any updates here. It's not helpful. Cape. Spear. So we pick Stop here. Does anything actually stop here? Yes. It's funny how this game saves instantaneously, but the big one, the 2K map, unsurprisingly, is taking increasing length of time. And those save files are already like 10 megabytes. And that game is nowhere near done. I was reading on Reddit, there was a chap who had a 4K by 4K map. And, he was apparently playing on and off, but it took him over 5 years, like real life years, to complete. I'm like, nah, no. So I'm thinking the 2K by 2K being the quarter size of 4K by 4K, it should probably take the better part of a calendar year on that map. Okay, I think this island's generally done. I'm going to do the usual. So engineering supplies, farm supplies. I am generally okay with this. I think where we can make improvements is milk. Where's this? Okay. And I'm pretty sure this just kind of creeped in. No, it did not just creep in. So, I was about to say you're losing a shed load of money. Actually, this should be like X large, but it's what they do. Okay, fine, don't care. So, I know where we are. We're here. So, I'm going to say this island is probably done, unless I missed something. So, let's move on to this island and a half. Now, there's a fish market. Hello, fish. That's where I want to put my stuff. Imagine the real world uproar if a company came in and just dug up the islands as they pleased. You'd not hear the end of it. How can you be losing money? Okay, fine. And then let's lose more money and say should be an extra small food really. Also, all these 50s need to bump. I don't know why I don't have extra small food. Should have had it at some point and then I figured it wasn't working. And then people-wise, again, we're losing a lot of money on people because of because of cargo distribution. That's actually why we're kind of heading down generally. I'm like we're doing okay. It's not like we're going bankrupt, but this chart probably started up here and we've been going downhill ever since. And a huge amount of that is the people. So I'm not going to play with that again. The other thing I want, since I'm here, is to add in, let's click a turn circle wig. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? No, go to circle wig. Fine. Hey, this island's done. Great. So that's actually already been being dealt with if there's such a weird combination of words. So I could I don't know. I'm thinking fuck, we have to come up here. So we have not so interested in this. We have that dairy farm. I'm thinking just pick stuff up, which is what we'll do. I need to think about this because this obviously cannot be moved. I'm going to and that can be limited. Can we? I'm clearly procrastinating. Very clearly procrastinating. Mm. Well, here's other thing apart from me procrastinating. I have no idea how to go to that mountain, but we'll figure it out. And we'll also need to go up here because because hmm, B B B. All right. I do want to put down docks to these towns because I have a strong premonition that they're not going to like me too much by the end of this. Okay, so optimally we should come from this direction because we're going here. So in all fairness, optimally we should be coming from this direction. I'm not really convinced we'll be able to. That will be our boat stop. And I'm clearly missing some piece of key logic here. So I am. Namely that this needs to be further up. Go away. Nope. Watch me being awkward. Nope. Okay, that wasn't too terrible. Oh, it wasn't too terrible. Now, I'm kind of looking at this direction, but I don't see it feasible that we can do it there. And I'm not too interested in this because there's nothing for us there. Um, well, I mean, some of these houses would need to go. There. Okay, let's see. Not too bad. Except I'll need to probably take a detour going this direction. I don't think they like that. Or there's a tunnel here. F. Nope, don't do that. Well, there's a tunnel there, but I mean, we can. You know, I don't think I've ever seen the game build tunnels like this. Like long tunnels like this. This is clearly not worth the money, by the way. I'm fully aware of that. I am fully aware. I'm just unable to excavate. Well, do you want to F yourself? There you go. I probably spent the better part of $1 million on this. I mean, let's assume this is all I did this year. It cost me 5 million for this. Definitely not a great idea. Not allowed while paused. that's not so much of an issue. What is more of an issue is that I want things here and here. E. Where's E? I just want a little extra space. Yeah, sure, we also just come up here. I mean, you know what, out of sheer curiosity, because I am... No, I pressed the wrong button there. What I'm curious about is that how does pathfinding work in terms of like, does the computer feel E? Where's E? Hotel in the way. And this will not work because there's a hotel in the way. Marvelous. In which case, a lot of this is not going to work because I need to backtrack one. I did not want that. Wrong button. E. So I was about to say, I'm curious if Pathfinder says this is faster or not. But by this point, I think I've kind of diverged from the original to the extent where it's not going to say anything. This actually needs to be the same. At which point I can't turn that way, so this is wholeheartedly useless. Nope. I know there's an extra, but hey. Okay, this was real life. These people would be torturing me alive. I mean, they really are. Just joking, but should we come down here too? Nice. Just look at it. At which point I spent 8 million on this and half an hour of my actual time. Four. So now with this out of the way, I don't really understand, why can't we have ship tunnels? Like, you can have aqueducts and locks. Why not ship tunnels? How's that inferior? Worse? Something? let us. Okay, I totally missed that there's a town here because it's so small that it's just like big. Just clone one. So go from here. Okay, I've clearly not done any sort of a job here. Never mind a good job. Look at my OCD. And so come here. Do that. Just go around. Okay. There's way too many stops in this one, but hey ho. And we still haven't come here. Wait. Just do whatever. Go in circles. Okay. So that theoretically takes care of all the people-related things. And only these guys hate me. The cat is staring at me suspiciously. I don't want these. I want these. Like, not that I particularly require their love. Okay, these guys vaguely dislike me. There's so many farms on this island. And actually this one's not too bad because it's kind of ground level. So I could do, I actually want to park there. It's this. Okay. So let's look at the usual order of things. So scrapyards, and we have 3 scrapyards, 2 scrapyards. So whatever is stopping here doesn't need to be XL most of all. You know what? Let's act upon that. Put that down. Put that down, oh so help me. Yeah, no, definitely don't need to be. But I am actually going to have a think about this because I've had enough of these shitty old boats. So, no, not that. Scrap metal. So this does 20k per hour and 800 tons, right? This does 26k. So the big one is 26k, 29k at 1400. This is 26k. It's rubbish. That's like double the size, 20%. Well, on ocean, it's still about 20-25% speed difference. There really should be a replacement for this. I am so unhappy because that's just too large. And yeah, how about that's March time 270, and that just speeds on. You know, I don't want to replace these with that because I basically get double the unit storage and half the speed, which is just plain stupid. 29, 20, 26. I am happy. I'm going to put this into front ordini. Mm, why are you not letting me replace? Oh, because I already have this. Okay, well, let's renew our fleet. And then basically just clone one. And we need to pick up some places that don't even exist. Nope, don't clone it. Go here. And now I need to find where all the others are going. Where are you going? Probably off the map. Yeah, pretty much off the map. Fine. This is so ridiculous. Like, imagine this in real life. You have, well, there's no snow line, so it's not your Mount Everest equivalent, but yeah, you have a probably the highest spot on the map. I'm going to hazard that. And then some company comes in and says, hey, there's a farm. I'm just going to put an absolute affload of locks and we'll send up diesel boats. I forgot the bridge. Not that it made any difference. No one complained, right? People are not that it made any difference. How is that for time? 1227. So this is done. Scrap metal's done. I'm going to do more environmental destruction. There are no clay pits, so okay, we shall come. I mean, we don't have time to finish all this in 12 odd minutes. I think that's a big given. But we can start. So scrap yards are done. Let's have a look at. We have actually 2 dairy farms and 3 orchards. No, I really don't want that. This does cover. This also does cover. You know what? Go away. I know it covers, but I want to make sure it actually does. Because what I'm thinking, if I put this here, it covers both. So I could get a medium, whatever, 2 medium livestock. And livestock needs to go to stockyard, and stockyard's right here. Precisely. So big hill, small hill. And just come here. Go. And then actually clone yet another one. Which will take stuff from here. If there was a place to take it from, that would be brilliant. And here, which is kind of this. And go there. So we then need a milk, and kind of thinking that's going to be one boat for the time being, just a medium. Okay, I know you're losing money and all, but it's still 99%. Give me one moment, please. I'm back. Hello. Just deal with a few things. So I have no idea what I was doing now. Great. Livestock. You know what? Just go. No idea what I was doing. Milk. I wanted to do milk. Milk. Yeah, I remember, I was bumping things. I'm gonna clean up the milk stuff. And then Yeah, so I went out because something smelled like burning food, but it's not us. And now it smells like burning food again, so I'm assuming it's the neighbor. I go away. So you guys do milk. You do milk, and it all comes here. Start with this. So that leaves us with the alcohol part. And the cider mill that we'll be using is that because there's not much else. Don't remember livestock. Yeah, it's being used. For some reason I don't remember using all these three, but hey. So let us pick a reasonably large fruit, which will yeah, by reasonably large I mean medium. Reasonably medium. So we have a lot of shit on the screen. Shall we complete this before the new millennium? I mean, by this I mean, oh no. Points at the screen. This. This something. So I'm not going to bother with farm supplies to this island because I don't actually see the point. We don't. Well, okay. I mean, we do have. I was about to say we don't have, but we do have. All right. Well, cancel the feeding circus. Mm, yeah, one will do. I'm not too phased about this, but what I do want is wasn't there a solar eclipse on 5th of August 1999 on this? You know what? I'm going to check that. Solar eclipse 1999, August 11. So 3 days. I'm going to clone. Echo wig. Right. Yeah. So I've yet again waylaid an existing boat. Well, I'm not going to go back to June. Someone's not getting their farm supplies. Okay, well, whatever. So there's the solar eclipse. See, darkness. No, yes, yes, no, maybe. I was almost spot on. Yeah, someone's not getting their farm supplies. Okay. Ah, shit. I don't want to go back 3 months, really. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, we have a few more minutes. I don't want to cut that 50. There's not much to do. apart from food. Well, let's do food. I mean, needs doing. And then we'll somehow magically have to figure out which was the place that I deprived of farm supplies, which will probably be challenging, but and I'll just bring it here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll try to figure it out off screen, but I don't think that's going to be easy, especially I'll have to wait because if it's really like no one else goes there, then it's going to be a while before percentages go down enough that I start to wonder. The problem is, and this is where I'm not going to have time for this, but yeah, apart from that, we have an absolute shitload of foreign supplies. See, like, actually, I might have gotten it because, yes, I did. Um, okay, so that was magic because no foreign supplies come here. This is our stop, so I just don't know where to take it now. So it could be like anywhere. These get farms. Okay, can we pin a bunch of these where I totally lose everything? And this is where this episode's going to be suddenly a little long. Livestock. Might be this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with that. Well, call it stroke of luck if you want, or stroke of genius, or just a stroke. Like stroke farm supplies. I know it was small. So clone that. Do another one. Delete. Come here and go there. And I'm going to say that is kind of sorted. Nonetheless, there is a lot of farm supplies here, which is not going to be outdone by. I'm going to make a medium-sized. 03 farm supple and it's actually probably should be O2. But we are truly madly deeply out of time. So I shall pause here, save, and then probably wonder the next time why on earth I saved on an island that's already done. And I shall consider cleaning up some of these or not. At least now we have something taking farm supplies, which is useful. I'm going to triple check that such things exist. Yes. I no idea. Doesn't matter really. Oh well. I saved the game here, so I'll leave it here. And thank you for watching. The end was a bit funny. Any thoughts, comments, likes? Preferably no dislikes. Don't be naughty. Yeah, let me know. I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall see you one of the coming days, hopefully. Bye bye.